Okay, everybody, good morning. My name is Mike Struthers. I'm the CEO of Luca Mining. Forward-looking statements. I will be making some forward-looking statements, so please read the disclaimer. Luca is a mining company operating in Mexico. We have two operations. The Campo Morado Mine is a polymetallic operation, producing about 600,000 or 700,000 tons of ore a year. Tahuehueto is a new gold mine, also in pre-production, based in Durango. Combined next year, we will be producing around 65,000 ounces of gold equivalent a year. Both mines are wholly owned, both fully permitted, and really the platform for next year is to generate significant cash flow from both operations. So we are producing concentrates containing gold, silver, copper, zinc, and lead. There's been a number of changes in management and the board over the last few months, and a number of us now are ex-Lundin Mining. We've recently closed a transaction back in June where we closed about $25 million Canadian finance package, in addition to some debt conversions, so making some inroads into our balance sheet as well. The gold project, Tahuehueto, is nearing completion of construction. We'll have that done by the end of the year. And at Campo Morado, the polymetallic operation, we're just putting in place an improvement plan there, which will see us improving the recovery significantly. So the two operations, Tahuehueto Gold Mine, underground gold and silver operation. About 75% of the revenues are coming from gold and silver. Producing concentrates sold to Trafigura, where we have offtake agreements. We expect to be announcing commercial production by the end of Q1. Life of mine 10 years, all-in sustaining. From the PFS back in 2022, it was showing about $850 an ounce. I expect that to come in around $950 an ounce now with some of the changes in costs. Campo Morado, also an underground mine. It's a VMS deposit, a very different type of operation. We're doing about 2,200 to 2,400 tons a day there, 20-year resources. And we're doing, in gold terms, we're doing about 24,000 ounces a year for 2024. So why invest? Good quality assets, 20-year resources and 10-year mine lives at both operations. And are really building a new team with track records in mining and execution. And of course, we have a depressed share price. So it's a good opportunity right now to get involved with Luca. All of what we're doing this year is about generating some strong cash flows for next year. We expect to have a very strong year next year, starting in around late Q1. I've been with the company for about a year. We've just added some others to the team to strengthen our technical resources. And really, with that platform established, then 2024 is a year of growth for us. So we think we're positioned for a re-rating next year when we consolidate, we get the mines operating in the way that we want them to be. And 2024 will be a strong cash year for us. We should be producing around just over 40 million operating cash flow next year. Currently, our price to cash flow is in the range of 0.6 to 0.8. And the average for junior producers like ourselves is closer to 3. Our market cap currently is in the range of 35 to 38 or so million, so significantly undervalued in our view. Tahuehueto, there's about just under 900,000 ounces of M&I resources there. The strategy this year is, as I say, get it construction finished, announce commercial production late in Q1, and then next year we'll be looking at expansion opportunities for Tahuehueto. Some of that will involve pushing out the resources, but also looking at increasing the throughput at the mine. There's a lot of upside at Tahuehueto. We're currently operating in only 2 of the veins. They're open really in all directions. We are only operating in about, or have only drilled about 10% of the total license area, so there's a multitude of veins available, and there's good targets both in the immediate mine area and further afield. On this graphic you can see a number of different veins shown on the hillside. The white area there is the current extent of the operations, so a lot of areas to expand into. And our vision there at Tahuehueto then is to double production. We're going to do a scoping study early next year to look at doubling the throughput to 2,000 tons a day. And if that's positive and we move to a feasibility study, then the opportunities for Tahuehueto are tremendous. The economics at that throughput rate are extremely compelling. At Campo Morado, we've got just over 16.5 million tons at just under 9% zinc equivalent. About 25% of our revenue at the mine comes from precious metals. The balance is from copper, zinc, and lead concentrates. We've added a new concentrate stream this year, and we've just done some work with consultants at Senco to look at improving the recoveries, and we'll be telling more about that. We'll be saying more about that shortly. Again, some very good upside at Campo Morado, both in the immediate mine area and further afield. There's some deep drilling which illustrates a potential for a parallel deeper ore body underneath the current mining areas. And in the wider license area, there are a number of over 15 other anomalies that have not yet been drill tested. So Campo Morado has a lot of resource upside, and we're just gradually pushing out from our current mining areas. On the board, we've added some other previous colleagues of mine from Luca Mining have come to join us in the last few months. Dr. Neil O'Brien and Phil Brummett, both with strong track records in the industry. And in terms of the management team, my colleague Ramon Perez is here with us at this forum. And I've also just added Chris Richings as our new Vice President Technical. Chris is also ex-Lundin Mining, and we work together in Chile, and he's got a very strong mining technical background. In terms of the corporate structure, we've got 140 million shares outstanding. You can see some of the institutions that are backing us. Calio Opportunity Fund backstopped the private placement that we did back in June. Trafigura are also significant partners for us. And you can see some of the other houses that are involved in the group, including Sprott and Mimrican, etc. So really, these are the phases. Optimize the operations this year, complete the construction at Tahuehueto, deliver that 1,000-ton-a-day operation. Then look at expanding the mine lives, organic growth, particularly at Tahuehueto, to try to increase the throughput to 2,000 tons a day. And then also next year, becoming more aggressive about adding to the portfolio, bringing in new assets that are NAV, NAV accretive, and really grow the company out from there. Thank you for your time. If you want to know more, hear more about us, then we're at booth 131. Thank you.